Let's talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. It feels so good, 2-0, to see Justin Herbert have a run game that is consistent, and it is very good to see J.K. Dobbins stay fully healthy so far. J.K. Dobbins is a very good running back. What has done him in the past has been injuries with the Baltimore Ravens. We never questioned the skill set. We know that he could be a top running back in the NFL. He just stayed getting injured. Now, this Chargers team, they went out there and they made a pivotal decision in the first round. They could have went with Malik Neighbors. Instead, they went out there and they selected Joe Alt, the tackle. And so far, Joe Alt has looked like a franchise tackle. We're only 2 games in, but having him and Rashawn Slater is a great signing because you want to go out there and protect Justin Herbert at all costs. This Chargers team, they're built to go out there and win games in close moments, and they're able to close out games. I can tell you now, if Brandon Staley was the head coach, they would have lost to the Las Vegas Raiders in week 1. And the Carolina Panthers would have put up big points in week 2. But you saw what they did against the Las Vegas Raiders? They ran the football with J.K. Dobbins. He had 10 carries for 135 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown. And the run game wasn't always pretty early on in that football game. They were struggling. But they weighed on Max Crosby. They weighed on Christian Wilkins. And the thing about that is this. Those are 2 top defensive linemen. You love to see that. If you can weigh down on those guys and you can make those guys tired, imagine what you can do against other defensive linemen and defensive front sevens in the NFL if you're consistent with the run game. And it's more than just Coach Harbaugh. You have Greg Roman, who has went out there and coached up guys like Colin Kaepernick. He's coached up guys like Lamar Jackson. But he's never played with a quarterback. Well, he's never coached a quarterback like Justin Herbert that has had this arm talent. Now, I need Justin Herbert to slow down. Justin Herbert's trying to go out there and extend the play, make crazy plays. He got dinged up today against the Carolina Panthers. He was able to finish out the game. You don't want to see that. He has to take care of himself. Part of the reason to why Coach Harbaugh is here is to take the pressure off of a guy like Justin Herbert, to make things easier for him. In the past, it was too many times that Justin Herbert had to go out there and be Superman and he had to put that cape on. He can still do that, but don't do it as much. Keep yourself healthy. The Chargers will always be a top team in the AFC as long as that quarterback is able to stay upright. He dealt with a finger injury last season. Majority of the plays had to be calling shotgun because he could not get under center. Now he's fully healthy. A couple of years ago, the offensive line was beat up. They weren't good enough. His ribs were barbecue. He wasn't able to stay fully healthy. Now you have the run game. Let J.K. Dobbins do the heavy lifting. Let Gus Edwards do the heavy lifting. And that's what they're doing right now. Work off of play action. Quentin Johnston. A lot of people are calling this kid a bust in just his rookie season. You can go back and listen to the videos. I said stay patient with him. Slow the game down. Coach Harbaugh has done that. And he has looked very good. In week 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders, he had 3 catches for 38 receiving yards. Ladd McConkey had 5 catches for 39 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. In week 2, Quentin Johnston, he went out there and he looked very good. He went out there, he had a receiving touchdown in the red zone. He burned the corner off the line of scrimmage. He did that against J.C. Horn. That's a very good cornerback to do that against. And when I'm looking at him now, he's playing with more confidence because coaching believes in him. He also has been doing a lot of one-on-one catching drills as well. He went out there in the offseason and he put the work in. He had 5 catches for 51 receiving yards on the day against the Carolina Panthers and 2 receiving touchdowns. And you have Ladd McConkey, who is still developing as well. You have Will Dissly, who is a very good blocking tight end and can do a lot of good things in the short yardage situations. I will say this, the receivers are still not the best, but they're developing right now. And one weird thing with a coach like Coach Harbaugh, you're never going to go out there and have top wide receivers. They may never have a guy like Justin Jefferson or Devontae Adams, and they're still going to win these games. He did have Michael Crabtree. He's very good with the San Francisco 49ers, but they are known to run the football, and they also can run read option with Justin Herbert as well. And that's what they did in today's game. He had 6 carries for 18 rushing yards. I'm looking at some of the interceptions and some of the fumbles with Justin Herbert. Just let the play die. You're a great quarterback. Just let the pieces around you do the work. That's it. And it's more than just its offense. They're going out there and they're playing very good defense as well. Khalil Mack is still pressuring the quarterback. Poona Ford is a very good defensive lineman. You look at Joey Bosa. As long as he can stay healthy, we know that he can be a top edge rusher in the AFC. That's part of the reason why they made the trade to go get Khalil Mack, to get him a running mate. As long as those two guys can stay healthy, they can be one of the best pass rushing duos in the NFL. And it helps out that secondary. You have Coach Jesse, who is coming over from Michigan, was a terrific defensive coordinator at Michigan, by the way. And that's starting to translate over to the NFL. Like I mentioned before, you win against Gardner Minshew, you win against Bryce Young. Not top elite level competition at the quarterback position, but at the same time, look at the way the Chargers are winning football games, playing very good defense, running the football, being aggressive on both fronts. And their back end is playing very good as well. Derwin James has returned to look like a very good safety. This was a guy that was regressing season by season underneath Brandon Staley because he wanted to match him up in one-on-one coverage with a guy like Travis Kelce. You're not going to see that this season. Asante Samuel Jr., we know that he's a true number one cornerback. I like the pieces that they have, and I like the linebackers as well. They're younger on defense. They're faster. They're more explosive. Just continue to get those guys to play as a unit. As long as you can keep Justin Herbert upright, you're going to be good. There are going to be a lot of losses here and there, and that's okay. That happens to the majority of the teams in the NFL. But this is the first year with Coach Harbaugh. So far, so good. They're putting bodies into the dirt. That is what they're doing on the offensive end. They play rough and aggressive with the tackles in the offensive line that they have. And I can't stretch this out enough. As long as you give a top quarterback in the NFL a consistent run game, you're going to win more games than you lose. And as long as the defense can go out there and they can perform to that level and they can hold teams to under 20 points, or even if they just score in the low 20s, Justin Herbert can go out there and he can win a shootout. Even though the wide receivers are not top tier names, this is the same guy that went out there and won football games with DeAndre Carter. This is the same guy that went out there with Joshua Palmer and won football games with them when Keenan Allen was out of the lineup and Mike Williams was out of the lineup. So he can elevate talent around him. Terrible coaching has held the Chargers back. You no longer have that. You have a coach that has went to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick. You have an offensive coordinator who helped coach Lamar Jackson into becoming an MVP. And I know a lot of people say that he put the handcuffs on Lamar Jackson at the same time some of his best seasons have been underneath Greg Roman. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. I love me some Lamar Jackson on the film. As a thrower, Justin Herbert is better. As a thrower of the football, he's better than Colin Kaepernick. And he's a better talent than Alex Smith as well. And he's a better talent than J.J. McCarthy, a quarterback that Coach Harbaugh just coached up in college. This is the best quarterback talent-wise that he's ever played with, arm talent-wise. Let them build. The next few years are going to be fun. And if they can stay healthy, they can make the NFL playoffs this year. The true test will be what happens when they go against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. But like I mentioned before, the run defense for the Raiders is very solid with the defensive players that they have. The Chiefs are on a different level, but the Chargers have been just a couple plays away from defeating that team. And Brandon Staley was the head coach. It'll be a pick six here with Gerald Everett being tired in the red zone. He's trying to check out, but Brandon Staley was too much of an idiot to see it, so he left him in the game. Now you have Coach Harbaugh. You're not going to have that. And you were getting to shootouts with the Kansas City Chiefs as well. You were blow leads. Another reason why this run game is so great with Justin Herbert and is so amazing to have, you're not going to blow too many leads when you run the football. This game was over with before any other game was over with in their slate. They're already in the fourth quarter when most other games are in the third quarter because they play fast and they run the football. They get you in, they get you out. And then if you want to stack the box, good luck doing that. If you want to send a blitz, good luck doing that because Justin Herbert has the athleticism to move outside the pocket and he can still make crazy throws across his body. Just like how Josh Allen can and just like how Patrick Mahomes can as well. The arm talent with Justin Herbert is on a different level. Just because they don't have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, don't sleep on them. They can still be a very explosive offense. And if Quentin Johnson can continue to develop and he can play like how he played at TCU, the sky's the limit for the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm not saying that they're going to be world beaters. I'm not saying they're going to be Super Bowl contenders. But this team right here and this franchise, they're better off with what they have done. Usually, I give this ownership a lot of flack. But right now, they've done the right thing. You have Justin Herbert. You really lucked into that spot because you went off from having Phillip Rivers to having Justin Herbert, and Phillip Rivers was a very good quarterback. But this is just justice here. I'm sorry if I'm carrying on here. This is just justice. This is a Chargers franchise I've seen have coaches like Anthony Lynn and Mike McCoy. They continue to blow leads over and over again. So to see them have a coach that can go out there and finish out games after halftime and go out there and make halftime adjustments, it's a great thing to see. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.